The courtroom erupts into silence, all eyes on Kody and Robyn Brown as the judge leans forward. The words cut through the air like a knife. Mr. and Mrs. Brown, this court hereby requires you to pay $300,000 in damages. Gasps move through the audience. Yawned. But what nobody expected was the moment that followed, when the clerk began to read aloud a series of secret text messages that revealed far more than money could ever hide. These weren't just casual texts, they were confessions, betrayals, and evidence that could shatter what little remained of the Brown family's fragile image. And tonight we're diving deep into how this all unfolded. Stick with me, because by the end you'll be thinking, this case could be the breaking point for the Sister Wives dynasty. Before we go further, make sure you're staying tuned. What's coming up will leave you wondering about everything you ever thought you knew about Kody and Robyn. Kody fidgets in his seat, pulling at his collar. Robyn grips her hands tightly together, muttering to herself, her eyes nervously flicking toward the gallery, where Christine, Janelle, and even Meri sit, unforgiving faces staring straight ahead. For years, the resentment between these women simmered in silence, but today, in this courtroom, it erupts in public. And here's the astonishing part. The judge doesn't just stop at the text messages. He suggests there could be even more evidence, locked up, waiting to be unleashed at the appropriate time. Picture sitting there, aware that each intimate word you sent has the potential to be made public. The gallery comes to life. Christine leans forward, fire in her eyes that is half anger, half satisfaction. Janelle, cool but firm, makes diligent notes. Meri just folds her arms, as if emitting the unspoken message, I told you so. What follows will leave even the judge agog, and you won't believe who else's name gets brought into this scandal. The drama in the courtroom builds as the bailiff comes back, carrying a bulky folder. A folder, rumor has it, containing the very words that will ruin Kody and Robyn's credibility for good. The hook here is straightforward. Picture yourself sitting before your family, your accusers, and a judge, while every whispered secret word you thought was yours alone is about to be read aloud. That's the horror Kody Brown is living through today, and why this case has been one of the most startling moments in Sister Wives history. And believe me, once these texts are out, nothing in this family will ever be the same again. The clerk thumps his throat and starts reading. Message from Kody Brown to Robyn Brown, sent March 12th. The words ring out. The first messages seem harmless. Discussions about money, the land at Kody Pass, the strain with Christine. But then the tone shifts. If Janelle pushes me on this again, we'll bury her in paperwork until she gives up. Gasps shoot through the gallery. Janelle's jaw tightens, her pen frozen above the page. Christine mutters, unbelievable. That's where it gets even more sinister. The texts don't just address money. They make veiled references to alliances, manipulation, and even plotting to exclude the other wives altogether. The question is no longer just about money now. It's about betrayal on a scale that could destroy this family forever. Robyn's eyes well up with tears as the next batch of messages are read, her lips quivering. She shakes her head as if pleading to the court to stop. But the judge refuses to stop. He continues on, determined to bring out the truth. And then you think the worst is out. The clerk announces another name associated with these messages, a name no one was expecting. The door to the courtroom creaks open, and everyone turns their head as a new witness enters. The hook is precise here. Picture the scene when a person you believe has been eliminated from the scene appears, set to give evidence against you. That's precisely what occurs now, and Kody's face goes white the moment he identifies who it is. Because this witness has the ability to affirm or rend asunder all that is concealed in those documents, and the whole courtroom is aware of it. She is an ex-business partner of the Browns, a person with whom they shared their land transactions, their books, and, more perilously, their private communications. The air is charged with expectation. Christine leans forward whispering, this is it. Meri stands stiffly still. The witness steps up to the stand, and with methodical clarity she goes on to describe how those text messages weren't mere venting. They were plots, blueprints, strategies to take out Janelle and Christine and redirect money and property control straight into Robyn's hands. And here's the hook that has the audience riveted. As the trial testimony is revealed, it is evident that the $300,000 fine isn't only about money lost. It's about a clandestine scheme so precisely executed that it might have otherwise gone undetected. were it not for this one witness coming forth. Robyn's tears become sobs, her voice cracking when she says softly, "That's not true." But the court doesn't believe her. The judge peers forward, his eyes narrowing, as the witness holds up a paper, a hard copy of one of the most damning texts. The moment it's heard out loud, a jaw-dropping new allegation emerges, one that not only incriminates Kody and Robyn, but indicates perhaps another member of the family could have had something to do with it all along. The courtroom is in stunned silence, but the biggest bombshell is yet to drop. Here's the hook. Imagine a moment when a secret you hid away, something you didn't think anyone would ever discover, is abruptly yelled in front of a judge, your loved ones, and the world. That's the reality Kody and Robyn are currently living in. Because the next message isn't merely about money. It's about the betrayal at the very center of their family relationship, and the effect is disastrous. The clerk steadies his voice and reads aloud, "If Meri won't side with us, we'll make sure she has nothing left." The gallery erupts in whispers. Meri stiffens, her arms tightening across her chest, but her eyes glisten. She's been humiliated before, but this is her worst nightmare being put on record. And here's the shocking turn of events. The judge hesitates, then stares straight at Kody. He asks him to verify if the number associated with these texts is his. The silence that ensues lasts an eternity. The fans hold their breaths, waiting for Kody to deny, admit, or crumble under the pressure of what he is about to say. Robyn attempts to interrupt, her voice cracking as she protests. They don't know the context, but the judge is not moved. Christine speaks in an audible whisper. Context? There's no excuse for that. But just when you believe the drama can't possibly get any worse, the witness scoots another piece of paper across the desk, a phone record that reveals late-night conversations between Kody and a mysterious contact, just before the texts were sent. The courtroom hums with rumors. Who was he talking to? And why were these calls kept secret? The judge sits back, visibly shaken, as the next bombshell approaches. The judge puts up his hand for silence, but the court is already on edge. Envision the day when a secret truth meets a broken family. You've heard the worst of it, or so you think, until another secret is let out, one that flips everything on its head. That is where we find ourselves now. Because the next bombshell doesn't just jeopardize Kody and Robyn's funds, it jeopardizes the very existence of the sister wives' family. The clerk starts reading once more, his tone somber. The language is brief, but vicious. As soon as Christine is out, we'll see her kids don't get a penny. Gasps echo through the room. Christine's face reddens with rage, her hands clutching the bench so hard her knuckles grow white. Janelle slouches closer to her, speaking urgently. "This is evidence. Everything we knew was true." And this is where things get more tense. The judge doesn't let the words hang in midair. He invites Christine to respond directly. The room leans forward in anticipation. Will she blow a gasket in rage, or will she seize this opportunity to turn the case around? Christine slowly gets up, her voice shaking but firm. "My children are worth more than this, and if those messages are authentic, then that shows he never considered them family, just roadblocks." Her words suspend in midair, more painful than any court decision could be. Robyn dissolves into sobs, shaking her head wildly. "That's not what we meant," she wails. But the mood of the courtroom has turned. Sympathy no longer lies with her. And just as the drama reaches its height, the clerk speaks one last text, one that names an out-of-family payment. The intrigue continues. Who received the payment? And for what were they paid to conceal? The silence in the courtroom is suffocating, each individual holding his breath, while the clerk turns the page. Here's the hook. Now imagine learning that someone within your family might have been quietly bribed to remain quiet, and the proof is about to be exposed for all to see. That's the bombshell suspended in the air at this very moment. Because the next text isn't just incriminating, it's explosive, hinting at a betrayal, so deep it could fracture the family forever. The clerk reads slowly. Payment confirmed. No one will ever hear her side. The audience erupts. Christine's mouth falls open. Meri's eyes widen, and even Janelle drops her pen in shock. The judge pounds his gavel, demanding order, but the damage is done. And here's the kicker that twists the knife. The paper reports a major money transfer, traced to Kody and Robyn's shared bank account. The recipient's name is blacked out, temporarily. The gallery hums with excitement. Who was paid? And why was their voice silenced? Robyn hides her face in her hands, shaking her head, and Kody's face sets in anger. This is manipulation, he snarls, but the judge won't budge. The witness on the stand serenely continues. Your Honor, this payment was made immediately following a meeting with Meri Brown. Meri's head jerks up, her mouth opening slightly. Whispers circulate in the courtroom. Did Meri receive money to remain silent, or was another person being silenced on her behalf? And just when you believe the mystery can't get any worse, the clerk says the blacked-out name will be made public after a brief recess. The whole courtroom gasps, because what's hidden beneath that ink could topple the entire case. The recess is over, and the courtroom is charged with an electricity you can practically taste. Here's the hook. Picture yourself sitting in your seat, hoping to hear a name that will alter the whole trajectory of your family's destiny. That's where we all are right now, sitting on the edge of our seats, as the judge directs that the blacked-out name be read aloud. Because once that name is spoken, there will be no turning back for Kody Robyn, or anyone else in the sister wives circle. The clerk carefully unfolds a document, and reads the line aloud. The name strikes like thunder. Meri Brown. The courtroom explodes in gasps and murmurs. Meri's eyes go wide, her lips parting in disbelief. Christine mutters, "No way." Janelle shakes her head, stunned. And that's the twist that makes the tension intolerable. The payment records indicate Meri did receive some of the money. Was it hush money, or a setup to charge her with complicity? The uncertainty lingers in the air like a storm cloud, leaving everyone wondering whom to believe. Meri gets up slowly, speaking in a shaking voice. I never got a dime. If my name's on here, then somebody used me as a cover-up. The raw emotion in her words sends shivers down the courtroom. Robyn dabs at her tears, muttering hotly to Kody, we didn't do this, right? Tell me we didn't. But the theatrics don't really begin until the witness appears with another bombshell. There are not one but two recipients involved with these payments. The second name has not yet been made public, and the judge announces it will be made public tomorrow morning. The following morning, the courtroom is full to capacity. Reporters occupy every available space, and the atmosphere is one of a storm about to be unleashed. Here's the hook. Suppose the whole world holds its breath for a moment, anticipating one name, one word to crack apart relationships, destroy reputations, and reveal a betrayal so profound it seems beyond possibility. That's what's suspended in the air right now.